to Hattie's Hierophant. I am your tarot reader. And I'm so sorry I missed your birthday last month. So happy belated birthday to my Virgos. Listen, I know your girl was out last month, but I'm okay. I'm feeling good. I appreciate that golden energy you were sending my way. I receive it and thank you. Now, I did add a little extra pulls, a few extra cards, let's say, from some of my favorite decks for this month. Let me know once it's all over if this is something you're digging or not, because I would love to incorporate it in future readings if you like it. And the first deck that I pulled from is from my chakra deck. And I feel like that we should focus on this energy, not only during this reading, but for the month of October, Virgo. Because as I resonated over all of your cards that I pulled, I'm feeling like there's some truth that needs to be told, some truth that needs to be revealed. Now, the chakra card that I pulled for you is that of truth. And this truth also resonates with our throat chakra. And our throat chakra is located here, my Virgo. And it is a beautiful color blue. And there's something else that I'm noticing here are those two scales, right? Of fire and water. And it's so interesting how neither one are heavier than another. So perhaps the message here is just because it's your truth doesn't mean it's the truth and vice versa. So this energy also is one of communication, listening, education, and it's also an energy of creativity as well, Virgo. So for the month of October, let's focus on our throat chakra. I can get it together. Let's focus on our throat chakra and that beautiful color blue. As a matter of fact, I'm going to resonate on that for you, with you during your reading. Now, let's go ahead and move on to your general reading with my rider deck. My rider deck. I was going to say my ride or die, rider weight deck. I'm getting it together. Let me focus on my throat chakra so I can communicate. And interestingly enough, Virgo, it is that of the justice energy. Do those scales look familiar? This is the center of your reading. This is a major arcana. So we can expect that this energy is going to last, if not past this next full moon, but for the rest of the year, for the rest of this quarter. So I am feeling like there is some truth that needs to be told. And it's more of a truth like you've been following someone else's truth. And maybe it wasn't meant to start off that way. That's the feeling I'm getting. I'm getting like you just kind of haphazardly was like, yep, as they were talking and as they were, going on with their idea. And now it's gone too far to where it almost seems like you've been agreeing this whole time when really you just didn't want to participate at all. So you figured if you stayed quiet, then maybe it'll be known that I'm not that interested, but now it looks different. Now it looks like, Virgo, you're part of it. So I feel like that there's a truth that you have to tell that is your truth and what your beliefs are. And I feel like it's going to be a little uncomfortable for you, but I feel once you get past that part of feeling uncomfortable, right? And the reason you feel uncomfortable because you almost feel like you were lying when you weren't, because you didn't say anything. You just didn't say, you just didn't disagree. So I feel like you just, as an innocent bystander, got involved with this. And it's like a situation, or it's, I feel like at work, it was like somehow it was some sort of participation. You weren't really participating, but you were kind of in the group. You were around as it was going on. So it looked like you were part of it. But for sure, I feel like that you need to say like, nope, I wasn't part of that. And once you say it, they'll be like, yeah, they're right. Virgo wasn't a part of this. So I feel like once you say it, it'll be okay. So speak your truth. Now, This is also going to translate in other ways, of course, as we go through the reading. So let's see. Let's go to your moon energy, my dear Virgo. And this is where your emotions are. This is where you resonate with spirit. And this is where you also manifest. And I have that of the Seven of Pentacles, the Fool energy, along with the Seven of Swords. Yeah, so I'm definitely feeling like that, like we were just speaking of, Virgo. So for sure something was happening at work. Like you were just really minding your own business and you got involved with, I don't even feel like it was tomfoolery. And it's not even something horrible, actually. I don't feel like it's something terrible that you would not sign on, but you're like, come on, I'm a Virgo. If I don't believe in it, I'm not doing it, right? So I feel like it was something like that. You had your head down and you were focused on something, and you just became part of it. But I also feel like too, Virgo, that some of us really need to get to work on, like I'm feeling like some of us need to get to work on our finances and pay more attention to that. Some of us need to get like our ducks in a row. So I don't know if there's going to be some sort of change at work, or there's some sort of change in paperwork, but I feel like that you need to get your ducks in a row. So either your ducks in a row with your finances, your ducks in a row with paperwork. If you're moving, like it's time to get that stuff in order, okay? Because we are moving on to a different part of our life, right? Something that's going to be kind of new and different, and not just in that, Ace of Pentacles sort of way, but in that way to where it's such a newness to you. You're almost going to have this, I see you're almost giddy, Virgo. I feel like this childlike giddiness, like you're like, like I see you doing that. So it's such this delightful energy. And if you've been struggling for a little bit to where your waters haven't been that smooth, I feel like that you're going to be headed in that way. And not only that, I feel like you're going to start getting a bit more clarity. If you've been kind of confused, and perhaps I'm feeling like with this truth and this justice energy here, I feel like that we've been kind of confused on in a certain situation, and I feel like that we're going to start having a bit more clarity. Again, it's going to have a lot to do that once you speak your truth, clarity is just going to start just like lining up, almost like, a set of dominoes, just right? It's all going to start making sense to you. Now, let's see how that translates in your ego energy. This is where we see you, my dear Virgo, and you have that of the Four of Cups. I'm feeling something in 4 weeks. 4 weeks. I don't know what today is, or the day in which you are watching this. I feel like in 4 weeks there's going to be some sort of move or movement. Either you're going to be moving, or someone's going to be moving, whether it's away or within, like a roommate, or you're going to get another coworker. There's some sort of movement. If it's not 4 weeks, it's 4 months. It's time is very difficult, but I'm feeling very heavily 4 weeks, 4 months. It's somewhere around there to where it's going to be some sort of movement. For some of you, you're moving to a whole different state, or you're moving to, I don't see so much a different country, but I do feel like a different state, or I feel like a different house, and or you're gaining like a roommate. And then I have that of the Two of Cups along with the Chariot. So perhaps this is the movement that I'm feeling, right? And that Two of Cups is about a partnership and a collaboration, not only in that of a relationship. So Virgo, perhaps you're thinking about moving in with someone, but it feels more like a partnership to me, right? Because like the Chariot with those two, that's a partnership, right? It's almost like an opposites attract sort of partnership, almost like a yin and a yang. That's better, like a yin and a yang sort of partnership. And pretty much that's what this is too, because a yin and a yang, although they may be opposite, they fit together nicely. And that's what the Two of Cups is all about, right? We're different, but that synergy, the most important part of what makes it a relationship is where we are the same, right? And that Chariot is also that very forward moving sort of energy. And I can physically see you moving. I see you like driving. I see you like driving fast too. Perhaps that means something else. I'll talk to Spirit about that. You know what? And normally when I see like a black car, and that's what I'm seeing like a black sports car, and I'm seeing you like doing these donuts and like screeching off. It's a success, right? It's a like, it's almost like when you're doing like that winner's lap. So, whatever that is, Virgo, I love seeing that in your sun energy. So it definitely will be something that will be celebratory, is what I'm getting. Now, let's go into your immediate present, and I have that of the Hanged Man. And I have flanking that Justice card, the Three of Wands. So we have more movement here. Definitely a journey. And what I also like about that Three of Wands too, it really is a pivotal sort of energy, especially when I have that of the Fool in your moon energy. I have the Chariot in your sun energy, and I have the Three of Wands in your immediate present. So I definitely feel like that there is a pivotal moment that is happening for you. And because I see that Fool in your moon energy, Spirit is working on that. Source is working on that for you. And you're going to start to feel a little bit of it, which is probably why I'm seeing 4 weeks or 4 months. Like I don't see it happening right away. I don't see it happening right away. Okay. But I do see that there's going to be this new journey for you. Okay, Virgo? Okay. I was going to try to pull from my other deck, the Ancestral deck, and Spirit saying, nope, not ready yet. Okay. So now we are going to expand on your moon energy, see if we can get some more information there. I'm such a goofball. Okay. We are reevaluating something here. Very interesting. So I'm going to talk about that energy in a minute, but first, before I jump ahead, I expanded on that Seven of Pentacles, and I have that of the Empress, along with the Seven of Swords here for you, Virgo. So first of all, I'm feeling like if you have some sort of ideas, number one, if you have some sort of ideas, keep them to yourself, especially if it's something that can bring you financial gain, or something that can bring you a patent. I'm hearing that. Like, keep it to yourself. Don't even tell it to your mentor quite yet. And I don't necessarily, okay, in some cases, someone's going to take your idea. They're going to put their little spin on it and say that is theirs, number one. And then I also feel like that if you share your ideas now, they're almost going to make you feel silly for having these ideas and almost talk you out of it. So if you have some sort of ideas, if you have a song that you're writing, if you have, I keep hearing lyrics, right? If you have some sort of lyrics, like keep it to yourself, right? But what I am getting here too is that financially, if you've been working on something, I feel like if you were expecting some sort of like dividends is what I'm hearing. If you're expecting like you're gonna break even, right? I don't feel like it's going to be something that you're going to make a whole bunch of money on. So if some of you have been investing in some, in something or someone, you're just going to break even. Okay. So that's better than being in the red. But I don't feel it being profitable either. I'm gonna expand on that some more because I want to get some more information there for you as well. But let's talk about the expansion on that Six of Swords. And I have that of the Five of Wands along with the Two of Pentacles. This is all starting to make sense. So I'm feeling like perhaps the reason you got kind of coupled up or kind of involved in this situation that you really accidentally got into, is because it's almost like someone's trying to compete with you. But I feel like it's like a group of people trying to compete with just you, right? Like there's this competition that you didn't even know. It's like, okay, wait a minute. Do I have a number on my back? Am I in a race I didn't know about, right? That's how I feel. Like you didn't even know that you were in this competitive environment this whole time. But now you're going to know. And that's what's going to happen when you start speaking your truth, right? It's almost like you're taking this stance. And once you do that, then you're going to be able to make decisions, right? Because there's some decisions that we're going to have to make because there is a move that's happening here. Again, and whatever that means to you and however it happens, right? There's a move that's happening here. And the great news behind that, once you speak your truth, now you're going to know all the truth. You're going to have all your information. So now you're going to be able to make decisions based on those facts. And when I expand on the full energy, I have that of the King of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. So first of all, we have some Aries energy here. Not very much, but what I'm feeling with that Ace of Wands, that it's not so much a cardinal zodiac kind of energy that I'm getting. It's more of like an authority type figure, but not authority, not like, it doesn't feel like an authority figure that was like promoted, like a supervisor or a manager. It's almost like one who self-appointed themselves to be the boss. You know what I mean? You know, like that know-it-all around the office. It's like they don't have a title, but they think they do, you know? Perhaps they were given some sort of, I don't know, maybe they have the key to the building because they live closer, but they're taking it as like, yeah, I run everyone now, right? So it kind of feels like that. And it has put you in this position of kind of reevaluating, reevaluating your relationship with this person, or even in this job, or even, there's some reevaluation that you're doing. And perhaps you're looking over your financials as well, because we talked about it over here too, that we should be looking at our finances or getting our ducks in a row. That's really important for us to get our ducks in a row. And I see us actually like packing up some stuff. There's something that you're letting go. There's something that you're like, I don't know if it's like an old lover or like, just some past stuff, just stuff that you feel like, you know what, this is not serving me anymore. This isn't doing anything for me anymore. Why am I keeping this crap? It's like you're packing it up and you're moving it out. And perhaps because you're making room for someone else to come in. Nonetheless, right, as you're doing this packing, don't leave anything valuable out. There's just something here, Virgo. Honey, you don't realize folks are watching you and they are jelly, right? They are jelly of you. And they want to take something from you, but it's almost like they don't physically want to take something from you. It's not like they want to try to take your watch or take your money or your purse or anything like that. I feel like they want to take a part of your glow, right? They want to take a part of your come up. They want to take your talent. There's something about you that they want to have for themselves, right? Which is why they've put this self-inflicted competition with you, and you're like, me? You're competing with me? What? And now we're ready. So I have this other deck. It's my ancestral deck, and I love this deck so much. I feel like the energy I get from this cards are just like those flutter kisses, anytime I pull from this deck. And I pulled 3 cards from this deck for you, and I'm just waiting for Spirit to tell me when's a good time. And now is a good time. And the first card that I have for you here, my Virgo, is that of the Guardian Angel. And what it says on here is that you are not alone. And I love this energy here. And I think also, if you haven't seen white feathers, I feel like when this card comes up, all of a sudden you're going to start seeing white feathers like out of the blue. And it's going to be in the most interesting places. Like you're going to go to a public bathroom and you're going to be like, wait a minute, how did a white feather get here in the corner by the trash can, right? Or you'll be walking somewhere where there's no birds in sight and there'll be a white feather, and that's Spirit saying, hey, how you doing? Giving you that little flutter kiss. And most importantly, as you're going through this too, because it's really close to your spirit energy, your moon energy here, that card, is when you get to that revelation that these folks are competing with you, and that if they could wear your skin, they would, right? This is just, turning the spirit and you know, knowing that you are protected, knowing that you are not alone, knowing that every prayer that you whisper, that you share with spirit, it is heard, and that you are not alone. All right, we'll get to the other two later on in the reading. What we are going to do, my Virgo, is we're going to expand on your ego energy. Alrighty, my dear. I was meaning to expand on that energy there. Perhaps I'll go back. Nonetheless, I expanded on that Four of Cups. And we have that of the Lover's energy. I was going to say the Gemini. This does represent Gemini energy. And then I also have that of the Strength card. Two other major arcanas. Again, we have Gemini and Leo energy here. And I feel like this is more of energy that you're going to be pulling from. You're going to be pulling from that childlike energy that Leo has, that fun-loving energy that Leo has. And then that energy from that Lover's card, and that's all about communication, because Gemini energy is really known for communication, right? And that's where this truth energy comes from, that blue color that we've been focusing on, and that throat chakra. So really, Spirit is encouraging us to really resonate our energy there through our meditations, right? And if I'm not mistaken, like, Virgo, are you moving in with somebody? Is somebody moving in with you? Like, there's someone that is coming into your space, and they're going to be there for a minute. And really, I'm seeing that it's going to be a quite a delightful relationship nonetheless. Okay. Now, when I expand on that Chariot energy, we have that of the Six of Cups and the Judgment energy. So we were just talking about that fun, loving, like childlike energy that we saw in that Leo card, right? And that Strength card. But we also have it here. And that also represents that soul karmic connection, past life connection. And since it is coupled here with the Judgment energy, I do feel like that this person coming into your life or going out of your life, it is a karmic like situation that's supposed to happen, right? And if this is more of a love relationship, right, I do feel like it really is just going to be a really delightful. Remember how I said we were feeling giddy? It's really going to be this delightful, playful relationship, and I really like that a lot. And that Judgment energy is where I'm picking up even more so on that that karmic relationship. Now, the interesting thing about past lives and karma, fulfilling that karmic energy is that we have a choice in this lifetime when it comes to that, whether we move forward in that relationship and that was supposed to be the karmic ending, or we end that relationship and it was supposed to be a karmic ending. And not all endings are, people throwing things and cursing each other out. Sometimes it's like, you know what? We're just better off as separate people, but man, the ride was nice, Perhaps that's your situation, because like I said, I do see some movement here, especially with that Chariot card, right, being here as well. Now, when I expand on that Two of Cups, I have that of the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the High Priestess. I think this is the first reading I've seen the High Priestess, along with the Four of Wands. And interestingly enough, there was another energy, like that Seven of Swords is showing up in just about every reading. But I think we're also in an Aries full moon at the moment, and Aries brings truth. They demand it. So that could be a lot of that energy that we're seeing there. But back to this, right? This is also more angelic energy that I get with that Four of Wands, but it's also one of commitment. So I do see, and the High Priestess, she's all about commitment as well, right? And she's all about that past lives energy too. She has the book on all of our lives here and all of our secrets as well, and if you look on that chariot, right, where you have the Sphinx here and you have the pillar here and you have the Sphinx here and you have the pillar here, right? It's very karmic. It's the good and the bad. It's the present and the past, along with that energy of spirit, right? So what I'm getting with this Eight of Swords is this thought process that when you do, if some of us are coming into this new relationship, this new partnership, this new collaboration, leave those past hurts, those things that happened in the past, whether you were responsible or someone else was. You don't need to bring them forward because there's so much beautiful energy here. It's not needed, right? Because all it's going to do is just cloud your judgment on moving forward in your relationship. Okay, now we are ready for this next card from our ancestors, and it's that of the summer. Now, this means so many things, right? It means newness. That's when everything is already bloomed, right? Unlike spring where things are just starting to begin, by the time summertime hits, that means the bees are buzzing, right? They are fertilizing. There's honey dripping from the honeycomb. All the flowers are open. The sun is beating on your skin, right? That's when everything is at its peak. So I feel like here, everything is at its peak. In addition to that, if we're wanting to know a timeline on something, and perhaps you're focusing on that right now, Virgo, like when is this going to happen, right? When is my time for that? This could be the answer you're looking for, and perhaps it's going to be during the summer time. Now, the last and final card that I pulled for you from the Ancestry card, I feel like that these two go together, right? And this one is the Mirror Guardian. And she's all about self-reflection. And the reason why she's looking at her reflection is she's trying to figure out the details in which she's okay with. And she's trying to figure out the details in which the things she can also fix. It is only her face. It is only your face, Virgo. What are some of those things that you can fix? And what are some of those things that you just find beautiful and you plan on keeping? Like, yeah, I'm going to keep this in my toolbox. But there's some things in your toolbox, Virgo, that you do not need. And that's where the self-reflection happens. This is also where we're going to speak our truth. There is no coincidence that she's also wearing that blue color in regards to the chakra in which we are focusing on, right? There's truth there. Now let's focus on your immediate present and expand on that. We're expanding on that Hangman. Yeah. I don't know why my cards. Surely something I'm doing. All right. I must be picking up on that Virgo energy because I'm like, the cards are not straight. So I expand on the Hangman. We have that of the Knight of Wands and we have that of the Temperance energy, right? And this is another energy that keeps showing up in a lot of readings. And I feel like it's just Spirit telling us to, like, you know, create that alchemy. And the only way you're going to create that alchemy for you, to where it is magical, to where you're balancing your life, to where you feel balanced, is you have to do it. You have to take charge. That's what the Knight of Wands is all about. He's the fastest and the swiftest. He goes out first. He's like, heck yeah, let's move. And this is just more encouragement that through this process of where, you know, we were waiting, right? And we were collecting ourselves and pulling ourselves together, right? And I feel like that some of you Virgos were really doing that for the month of September. Perhaps you were reflecting around your birthday, reflecting on, you know, what I did in the past, or just reflecting on your life now and how your future looks, right? So I feel like that we've put some things into place, and we're going to start making a movement on that, especially with it being in your immediate present. And then when I expanded on that 3 of Wands, I have that of the 2 of Swords along with the 10 of Pentacles. I do feel like that some of us are really, some of you are like, when is my time going to come for love and for family, and for my legacy? And when am I going to start making some money? I feel like a lot of you have been thinking about that. You're like, when is my time coming? Because I almost feel like you're like, I was promised this time. I was promised this opportunity. I was promised this relationship. And some of you, it's almost like it wasn't necessarily promised, but it's almost like, this is how I thought it was supposed to go. Like, I'm in this point in my life to where I was supposed to have A, B, and C, and I don't. So you feel like there was a promise that wasn't fulfilled for you, right? Listen, this energy that I'm getting from here, Virgo, it's not that it's not coming. You just don't see all the work that Spirit is doing for you. It's just not the time. It's just not the time, right? Your summer will come. It's inevitable. Now, when I expand on that Justice energy, I have that of the King of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands, and then the Emperor. And I love that energy. And that lets me know that your time is coming, right? And for those of you who do have to speak your truth, I feel like you do have to speak it to a father-like figure, or to like a, like a general or a commander or your boss. So I do feel like that some of you are going to have to kind of speak your truth and say, nope, I had nothing to do with that. And again, it's going to come out beautifully, and no one's going to say otherwise, because you stand for something, and people know that, right? And that's what that King of Pentacles is all about. He stands for something, right? And you have it with the Justice energy. You have the Justice with the Emperor. Come on, truth will be told. And then with that 9 of Wands energy that I'm getting is just know that all this work that you've been doing, it is going to pay off. It's just a matter of time. I mean, you're Earth energy, right? And with that Earth energy, and you have that energy of the Hermit, things just move a little bit slower for you. It has to be purposeful. Honestly, Virgo, you wouldn't accept it any other way, right? I am going to expand on this Moon energy that I said I was going to expand on earlier, because I want to see if I can get some more messages for us here. Oh, I thought I dropped. Get more messages for Virgo. And that 5 of Swords. Yeah. Okay. Spirit's like, look, how many times do I have to tell you? We have the King of Swords there, right? So really, it's really about standing your ground, speaking your truth, right? Standing your ground and speaking your truth. That's so sweet. So for those of you who are actually going to be coupled up and moving in with someone, like it's so beautiful. It really is going to be like, you're going to start heading towards a family. Like, it's going to be like marriage, family. So I know for some of you, you're like, when is my time? But for some of you, your time is like in the next, several months. I see it like a lot of you in the beginning of the new year, to where it's going to be like, oh, I'm getting married. Oh, we're pregnant. Oh, we're buying a house. So I feel that energy for you as well. All right, my dear. Whew. Let's see what we have for you, my love. We are pulling your angel card. And that is of tenderness, love and tenderness. I don't think I've ever gotten this card. And really, I'm feeling that tenderness. That's how come I was feeling giddy, and just seeing you with this in this family atmosphere. And even those of you who are like, when is my time? When your time comes, you're going to feel that tenderness. You're going to have that giddiness. You're going to have that committed relationship. Really, the message that I'm getting is, get out of your own head, protect your stuff, right? And watch those folks who are competing with you, and you didn't even know they were competing with you, right, Virgo? Listen, color blue, your throat chakra, that's your homework for October. I absolutely adore you. Dun, dun.